Just over a minute played.
Another 2K video for y'all.
Here's Pirtle. It's rebounded by Kleber. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Pass to Mr. Perfect. Lets it go from deep. And the Mavericks, another 3. The Raptors have gone 0 for 3 from the floor to begin this one.
You know, there was a time years ago when the Mavericks were one of the NBA's shakiest teams. Now they're one of its proudest franchises.
Three-pointer, Van Vliet. They grab their own miss. The shot by Pirtle, no good.
Out of character for him to miss that shot. Maybe just a little too casual there.
Toronto's gone 0 for 2 from outside. And you can attribute the Mavs' rise to stable ownership and some very savvy front office moves.
They're so true, B.A. They've made some great decisions in the draft, for sure. They've been able to find cornerstone players and build solid rosters around them.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
Pass to Mr. Perfect. 4-3. The shot is good. Doncic making the play. Doncic has got 3 assists in the game.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
They came in prepared, focused, and really jumped on the other team early.
And Toronto calls time here.
The Raptors are taking a patient approach. They understand to get back to a championship level, they've got to grow from within.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Pass to Siakam to stop the drought. And again, no good by Toronto. The Mavericks have gone 4 of 6 in the first quarter. Mr. Perfect gets the bucket. 13 points in the game. And despite setting their sights on the future, Smitty, last season the Raptors still claimed the 5th seed in the East.
Exceeding expectations, that's what they do. And with their great player development program, they have every reason to believe they'll continue to improve.
Yep, that one goes.
You can count on Pirtle to play with energy. And this time it pays off with the second chance points.
Pass to Mr. Perfect. Another 3 for Dallas.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Siakam, the pass to Barnes. Some solid D from Wood. Dallas has gone 4 of 5 from distance here in the first quarter. Mr. Perfect. Offensive rebound, Mavericks. Kleber's shot is off.
Shut down. This is the way you play defense. This is how you protect the rim.
Here's Van Vliet. He can't get it to go, and it's Dallas the other way.
Still hasn't gotten on the board this quarter. He may be pressing a little, trying to get them out of this hole.
And there's the basket, and the whistle blows. Chance at a 3-point play here. Going to the line for 1. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for Dallas.
They came out firing from deep. It's always good for a team's confidence when you can start a game that hot.
And I just love playing on teams like this, passing teams. You can tell they really like playing with each other, and hopefully they keep this up.
Now here's Van Vliet. Well, he hasn't put up any points yet in this one.
Hard to catch up when you can't hit shots. This is a quarter he liked to forget.
Mr. Perfect shot is off. Toronto's gone 0 for 3 from downtown. And Trent the bucket on the assist from Barnes.
I'm so impressed with the strength of Gary Trent Jr. Excellent at staying in control of his shot.
And that streaking rack attack is the Mobile One drive.
You're toasting the defense and getting in close. They'll take possessions like that one all day.
Pass to Achua. Here's Van Vliet. Oh, great D that time from Powell.
Still looking for his first make, and they could really use the help right now.
Buries it from 3. 22 points for him.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
Raptors 4, the Mavericks 22. Bang.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. Well, guys, we've seen a confident-looking Mavericks team out there.
Just excellent first quarter defense. They've been really getting after it.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
Van Vliet and Trent Jr. team up as the backcourt. Scotty Barnes is out there with Chris Boucher. And it's Achua in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group for Toronto to kick off the second quarter.
I love the relentless attitude he showed there. Got himself in great position under the glass.
He had the presence of mind to know exactly where the rebound was going. A 2020 first-round pick. Precious Achua was traded before his second year in the league.
You know what's interesting, B.A., going from Miami to Toronto in the Kyle Lowry deal. It's rare to trade a guy after his rookie year, but Precious, he had a great second year.
And about a minute gone in the second quarter. Here's Mr. Perfect. Gets the three to fall.
Defensively, you have to tighten up on him or suffer the consequences.
The Raptors have got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. Back to Van Vliet. Boucher outside. Pass to Barnes. Outside for Boucher. 4 on the clock. They get it again. Achua goes up and lays it in nice and easy. Achua's got 6 points in the quarter.
Coming off a scoreless first quarter, he's found a little rhythm here.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Well, guys, Pascal Siakam's play had dipped for a while after he got the big bag. He said, it was like, you got the max contract, but are you the guy? That's something I really struggled with. But there's still another level that I can get to, and I see myself as an all-star, and there's a lot more to unleash. Brian?
And just now entering his prime, Allie. Thank you. Dallas has gotten 21 points so far from three-point land. They're 7 of 10. From downtown. Another shot. And Morris with the finish. Morris has got his first points of the game.
The defense getting out-hustled on the putback. Can't let that happen.
For some reason, blocking out has become a lost art, and that's the result you'll get.
Trent outside. Back to Van Vliet. Pass to Achua. Not going to go that time. And it's Dallas the other way. And when you're trying to slow down a top scorer, often the game plan is to get physical. Grant, you would know better than anybody. What's it like in the trenches here?
Well, B.A., it's interesting. I mean, it can wear on you. It's a mental challenge. When you're in the trenches trying to slow down a great offensive player, it really becomes a battle of wills. You have to stay focused. You have to be disciplined. And most importantly, you just cannot take a play off and allow a great player to get going.
Now a timeout called by Toronto. And this Mavericks team, Grant, they are loaded up on shooters who can hurt you from outside.
And that's the way they should be built. Force teams to spread out and give Luka space. And when the Mavs...
So it's Dallas, a sizable 8.
At the end of the first half of play, the score is your Raptors 26. The Mavericks, 44.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Here's Toronto with the ball. It's an 18-point game. Looking ahead, they've got the Cavaliers coming to town for their next one. It's game 3 of a trifecta at home. Taking a look at the Mavericks. We've got Christian Wood, Maxi Kleber out there with Tim Hardaway. Then it's Luka Doncic, and it's Mr. Perfect in at the shooting guard position.
That's a high percentage shot by Jakob Poeltl. He capitalized on that one.
All 5 of the last buckets they've given up have been from downtown.
The Raptors shooting at 32% from the floor. Not good. And Anunoby gets it to go.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
Outstanding dribble drive. And that replay was brought to you by Mobile One.
Yeah, he has that fight in him. Love the aggression at the rim when they are trying to claw back into the game.
Here's Mr. Perfect. Anunoby covering. Here's Mr. Perfect. And that one's good. He's got 36 points.
Down the stretch, this is when they need him the most, and he is delivering.
For Toronto, they've got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. Outside Anunoby. Pass to Barnes. The 3. It's rebounded by Kleber. Kleber's got his 5th rebound in this one.
That 2021 draft class was stacked with talent. You look at a guy like Scotty Barnes. He went 4th overall, a player any team would love to have.
Dallas' shooting has been great, 57%, and finding ways to score consistently. And that's a foul called on OG Anunoby.
First team foul.
That's his first foul of the game. Achiuwa's checked in for Pirtle. And Dallas with a change here, too. Hardy, he's checked in for Doncic. Here's Mr. Perfect. Banked it in off the glass. You know what sticks out with Barnes is his versatility on both ends of the court.
BA, let's talk about the defensive end. He is disruptive. He has a 7'3" wingspan, and he can guard 1 through 5. Offensively, he can handle, pass, and score. The sky is the limit for Scotty Barnes, BA.
And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, BA. Unbelievable.
Now here's Van Vliet. 6 points for him. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half.
No matter what he's tried, it hasn't worked. Unfortunately, the team is suffering from that.
Oh, got that bucket in no time at all.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
And Toronto calls time here. And Tim Hardaway Jr., a valuable offensive weapon, even if he's a bit of a volume shooter, Greg.
Yeah, BA. I mean, his efficiency has never been a selling point. But he consistently will fill up the box score and always willing to shoot and can create for himself.
Boucher's checked in for Toronto. Banton comes in for Fred Van Vliet. Powell, he's checked in for Dallas. Bullock comes in for Hardaway.
Mavericks foul.
Gary Trent Jr., he's checked in for Toronto.
First personal foul. First team foul. Coming onto the floor for your record.
Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. Outside Barnes. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Trent. And again, Toronto, no good.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
You know what? This has always been a debate. Do you take the timeout, or do you let your guys try to fight through it?
McGee, he's checked in for the Mavericks.
JaVale McGee.
Will it go? Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Reggie Bullock.
No team has had to make more sacrifices than Toronto during the pandemic.
You are right about that, BA. I mean, they had to change their home base to Tampa. In essence, they spent an entire season on the road. It was tough for everyone, but the Raptors faced some big challenges.
The future that Scotty Barnes has in this league is bright. A versatile swingman with an outstanding work ethic.
That one's good for 2.
His shooting has been fantastic, and this team has leaned on him.
Toronto has got nothing to fall from outside in this third quarter. Outside Anunoby. Outside Barnes. It's rebounded by Dallas. Powell's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Mr. Perfect. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Credit them for making the right halftime adjustments.
What it was, they are getting better shots, which has gotten them into a rhythm, and they're knocking down everything.
Anunoby can't get it to go. Dallas has gotten all 3 from downtown so far in the second half. Here's Bullock. Soft touch off the glass. Bullock's gotten his first basket of the night.
Well, you know, it's already tough to play like this at home, but it's even tougher to do so on the road.
They built up this huge league with great play at both ends. They're going to love watching film tomorrow.
And the ball is tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And here are the Mavericks now. And here's Dallas. They're on a 19-4 run. Here's Mr. Perfect. From outside, off the mark. And for Toronto, they're shooting a rough 29% from the field here. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Trent, the pass to Anunoby. Six on the shot clock. And he's going for the lob. Powell with a steal. And now the Mavs on the run. Pass to Mr. Perfect. Oh, another one falls.
My goodness, 50 for the game.
Just putting on a show. And so it's Dallas with a gigantic 33-point lead at the close of the quarter. Their defensive efforts have paid off, effectively shutting down the opposing offense. All right. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, you also have the low.
And so it's the Mavericks taking care of business in this one. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
And that'll do it, folks. For Grant Hill, Steve Smith, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thanks for watching tonight's game. We'll see you next time.
Hey, I'm Victor, and you're watching NBA 2K TV.
Welcome to a special edition of NBA 2K TV.
We hope you're enjoying summer as much as we are. Between events and the new game, we have been so busy.
And this game features two tremendous passing teams, and there should be a lot of fun watching these teams move the ball.
One of the things that strikes you about both of these teams is that they really enjoy playing with one another. Both play an unselfish brand of basketball. The ball is moving, everybody's touching it, and usually that's when the confidence is sky high.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Maxi Kleber. Then there's Doncic. Then it's Mr. Perfect. And it's Wood in at the 5 down low. And so it's Dallas with it. Following the shot by Drew Holiday.
Yeah, because Luka Doncic is such a threat to score it, it opens up the passing game. And boy, it is on display right now.
Now here's Middleton. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark. Right now, he's averaging about 19 points a game. Over in the corner, Allen. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark.
Well, Christian Wood has shown himself capable of being a 20-10 guy, but now he's looking to show he can be a winner as well.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Allen outside. Holiday, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Back to Holiday. offensive struggles continue, missing again. And you hear about impacting winning. How does Wood, Craig, take the next step in that regard?
Well, Kevin, we know he can make shots and block shots. I think it's just about consistency and decision-making. And then defensively, I think he's more than capable.
And the Bucks decide to take their first time out here.
Good timing. They're really struggling offensively.
Sometimes it just feels like misses become contagious. He wants to settle his guys down right now.
There's Portis, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one goes on Wood.
And the Bucks are on a tremendous run here. The most consecutive playoff appearances since that streak they had back from 1980 to 91.
Reagan, back to the Bucks. The question is, how much longer do you think is their window?
That's just it, Kevin. They've got the players to win now, and that has to be the attitude moving forward. They're built to do it again, just need to push all the right buttons.
And Portis drains both of them. The Mavericks, GA, have been trying to tighten up their defense the past few seasons, and it's beginning to show.
And we're seeing signs that the players are getting the message, and they're spending more energy at that end of the floor, and that's essential for any elite team.
The Bucks have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Holiday, the pass to Middleton. Back to Holiday. 3-pointer. Bangs home the trifecta.
And, you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their 4th shot of the game.
Passes it to Mr. Perfect. Lets it go from deep. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 4 assists in the game.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Now here's Middleton. Allen kicks to Holiday. Takes it off the glass. Holiday's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Oh, a nifty finisher. You didn't think Holiday would back down inside, did you?
And you love seeing that great mobile one drive a 2nd time.
And no quit. Just keep playing the right way. Stay aggressive and try to battle back.
It's good from long range.
Boy, that was quick. Already out to a double-digit lead.
Wow, they've come out strong. Control the pace, assert their will. Nice.
Now here's Middleton. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Portis. Good D by Wood.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Here's Mr. Perfect. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Mr. Perfect's got 20 points. Well, some sneakerheads will be interested to hear. MP has inked his first shooting. Always an exciting moment for a young player.
And it was Jordan that ended up putting forth the best deal for MP. He'll join a long line of Jordan representatives in the NBA. Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Kumbo hammers it in.
Knowing it's his responsibility to find open teammates. Holiday, nice job setting the table there.
Outside Portis. Giannis outside. Goes up again. It's rebounded by Dallas. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
Yeah, they were able to maintain focus in a hostile environment, and that led to taking shots that made sense.
Well, I'm sure they're still enjoying that one. You love going into a tough building, tough place to play, and shooting the lights out. Nothing like silencing the crowd.
And if you're looking to make a big play with the pass, you've got to love Giannis. He's a big target on those alley-oop lobs.
Now, here's Doncic. 20 points for him last game against the Raptors in Toronto. Another 3 for Dallas.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
There's 18 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Antetokounmpo, and Giannis throws it down hard.
An amazing athlete. The length, speed, Giannis is borderline impossible to guard when he is playing downhill. Crushing it right now. They've done an excellent job
of spacing the floor.
And what surprises me is the defense hasn't done anything to take away that three-point shot. That has been their preferred weapon tonight.
And so it's Dallas.
15, the Mavericks. 32. You know what time it is.
Substitution here for Milwaukee. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for Jay Crowder. Chris Middleton's checked in for Joe Ingles. And Grayson Allen subbed in for Pat Connaughton. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Christian Woods checked in for JaVale McGee. Morris comes in for Dwight Powell. Hardaway's checked in for Reggie Bullock. And it's Mr. Perfect in for Doncic. Antetokounmpo with the bucket.
And I really marvel at the touch of Antetokounmpo for his size and physique. That's incredible.
And Giannis's journey, GA, so incredibly compelling. A full-length movie made about his and his brother's path to the NBA.
Well, you hear that saying, my life is like a movie. Never truer than for Giannis. It's been an odyssey for the Greek freak.
So with Holiday sitting on the bench, this is Mike Budenholzer's lineup. The 4 and 5, Giannis and Portis. Sharing the wing spots is Allen and Middleton. And it's Carter in at the point guard position. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, from the step back to his attacking style, some have compared Luka Doncic to the beard, James Harden. There are some similarities, Harden said. Being able to dictate and control the game like he does, he never lets anyone speed him up, and he gets what he wants. Back to you, Kevin.
He always has. They're both pretty fun to watch, David. Thank you. Milwaukee making a switch here. Holiday's checked in. Here's Milwaukee now. They're on a 16-7 run. The pass to Portis. Christian Wood grabs the rebound. Wood's got 5 rebounds tonight. From the arc. Good! Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
And so Allen will bring it up now for the Milwaukee Bucks. 11-point game. Next up for them, the Knicks, a road game in New York. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Well, he tries to answer with a 3 of his own and can't do it. You can't get caught up in the one-on-one aspect.
And Mr. Perfect gets it to go.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Timeout called, the Bucks.
And when you look at Kleber, for me, his makeup leads you to believe that he's the kind of player you can win with.
GA, this guy has the frame for it. He stands 6'10", 240 pounds. He's one of the best defenders in the league, and nobody talks about that. The key for me is, does his confidence remain high? Because he can stretch it out to 3, and if his confidence doesn't wane, he's a major force.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them.
Antetokounmpo looking it over. Here's Portis. 6 on the shot clock. With the floater, and the shot is good. The Mavericks lose them, cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from Drew Holiday.
And with that one, he halts an 11-0 run by Dallas.
Here's Mr. Perfect. Fires from deep. And again for 3. He's really sniping them from outside.
Locked in, feeling confident in that 3-point shot.
And so we conclude the first half.
With a score,
the Mavericks on
your Bucks 33, the Mavericks 48.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. We're seeing a tremendous game from Mr. Perfect.
Something has kicked him into gear tonight as he has done work on the offensive end.
Boy, he's been aggressive looking for his shot. Remarkable effort on the offensive end in that first half.
Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Jason Kidd. We've got Doncic. Maxi Kleber is out there with Hardaway. Then it's Christian Wood. And it's Mr. Perfect in at the 2 guard. I've heard it said, Greg, a coach can't give you confidence, but they can take it away. What's the meaning behind that?
Well, players at this level are naturally confident, but when coaches are always critical, it can take you out of your game. Makes you just start to think a little too much on the floor. And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
12 straight points off of 3-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Here's Allen. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. Allen's got his second bucket tonight.
And the passing skills of Giannis continue to improve. His floor awareness has grown through the years.
Oh, what an impressive dribble drive. That replay brought to you by Mobile One.
And the awareness of his footwork and body on that drive. Wow.
Boy, what a season 2022 was for the Dallas Mavericks, making it all the way to the Western Conference Finals. Obviously, the huge upset over the Suns turned that season into what was a dream run early in Luka Doncic's career.
Milwaukee shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. A different look for Milwaukee. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Allen. And it's Carter in for Drew Holiday. The Mavericks also with a sub. Dwight Powell's checked in for Maxi Kleber. And with the Mavs, a trip doors to the conference finals puts them ahead of schedule, many people think.
Yes, Kevin, but I don't think you can let that momentum you built last year fade in any way. You've got to keep your foot on the gas pedal. We know how fragile success in the NBA is. You've got a top 5 player on your roster. You have to make sure you're taking advantage of opportunities.
Jay Crowder's checked in for Milwaukee. Feeds to Antetokounmpo. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First personal foul.
Man, with that skill set at 6'11", Giannis might be the toughest guard in the league.
And Greg, even with teams daring Giannis to shoot from outside, his career three-point percentage stuck below 30%.
And still an elite scorer because of his proficiency at the rim. But it's been said before, if he adds the triple, he'll be truly unguardable.
Bucks have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Kicks to Ingles. Inside, Connaughton. Rebounded by McGee.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much, Kevin. Well, of course, Giannis is the Bucks leader, but it's still Coach Bud who calls the shots. Giannis says, as players, we have to accept Coach's plan. You got to trust. That's the only way it's going to work. And sometimes it won't. Sometimes I'm going to execute the game plan, and sometimes I'm not. Not because I don't want to, but it's just not my day. Kevin, that is very, very good perspective.
Agreed. Thanks, David. And Mr. Perfect gets it to go.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Connects again from distance.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Ingles kicks to Carter. At the elbow, it's Antetokounmpo. Will it go? And he sinks the layup. Antetokounmpo's got 12 points in the game.
I'll tell you, what a night. He has been efficient. He's been strong. Unfortunately, they're still fighting an uphill battle.
And the shot goes in. 68 points for Mr. Perfect.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Giannis passes to Crowder. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist. Antetokounmpo's got 3 assists tonight. Doncic kicks to Bullock. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Here's Mr. Perfect. Another shot. And the layup good by McGee.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game. And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Here's Mr. Perfect. And that one goes. Incredible.
And that's 70.
He's unbelievable.
He's the leading scorer tonight, being aggressive, and so far, no one's found a way to slow him down.
And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And a terrific offensive display here from Giannis, just reminding us of how dominant he can be.
And so it's Dallas, up by 33 points as the buzzer sounds. A huge lead for them. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And substitution here for Milwaukee. Portis, he's checked in for Jay Crowder. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for Joe Ingles. Chris Middleton's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Drew Holiday in for Carter. Mr. Perfect, he's checked in for the Mavericks. That's good from Lopez. Unlike a lot of perimeter-oriented teams, GA, offensively, the Bucks can really play inside out.
No doubt, and teams pack in the lane against Milwaukee, but Giannis in particular is a terrific passer, and if you leave a shooter open, he tends to find it.
Middleton teams up with Giannis, the lengthy wing pair. Brook Lopez is out there with Portis, and it's Holiday in at the point. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Pass to Middleton. Floats it up for Giannis.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too little too late.
And another great look at the 2K drive.
And even down big, the effort and energy is still there to try and make a comeback.
And he knocks down the first one.
Number 8 at the line for 2.
And the free throw's good from Mr. Perfect. .24 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. Here's Matthews. McGee with the block. And he recovers it. Outside Dragic. From deep three-point range. And that one is off. Here's Mr. Perfect. And again for three.
And the threes just keep on coming. Another shot and another make.
He's starting to creep up that list now for most three-pointers in a game. We'll see if he can keep going. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for
Wait. Let me guess. You got some questions about my leadership since you didn't reach out for comment.
I mean, while we're both here, why not? I mean, you tell me your side of the story.
Whoa, there's nothing to tell. Because if whoever said that won't put their name on it, it means nothing.
It doesn't sound like it means nothing.
What are you, the sound police, man?
You seem bothered.
Yes, I am, but only that I have to address this. Yo, fam, it's either somebody that's not in his locker room or someone who is too much of a coward to speak to me man to man. Because either way, that's someone whose opinion I do not trust.
Well, this came from a member of your organization.
Nate, it could be the water boy. Actually, let me take that back because Rocco is super cool. Sorry, Rocco, if you heard that. But you feel what I'm saying.
Well, it wasn't Rocco, the water boy.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
You just got scanned for 2K24. What was that process like?
Well, I'm glad to be a part of this, and yeah. So that was that's funny, but that's really precise. Like it's impressive. Do they scan every player or?
Only the creme de la creme. Yeah.
I'm turned up in this bitch. We undefeated, and I'm about to get on Stephen Curry.
And tonight, we're looking at two teams who make their living beyond the arc, Grant.
Yeah, they love to shoot the three-point shot, and they do it effectively. And, of course, that means these two teams understand the importance of good spacing. They're great shooters on both sides, to be sure, but motion and ball movement are the real keys to their three-point attacks.
Let's take a look at our starters for the Golden State Warriors. The core of the dynasty all on the floor. Curry and Clay, the guards, with Draymond up front at the 4. JaMychal Green out there with Andrew Wiggins. Well, it was announced MP once again winning Player of the Week. Another feather in his cap in what has been a strong season.
And it shows how dominant MP can be for stretches. There was nobody in the league that could slow him down that last week.
Here's Mr. Perfect. Playing Milwaukee, he was nearly unstoppable. And the Mavericks, another 3!
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Now here's Wiggins. Coming off a terrific game against Minnesota.
With the defense absent, that was a great opportunity, but no go.
Here's Mr. Perfect. And the Mavericks, another 3!
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And here are the Warriors now. 6-point game, and the first season matchup for them against the Mavericks this year.
Now, this team swept them in the season series, but that was before they somehow stepped up and flipped that trend in the playoffs.
The way that Curry reads the floor, he could get double-digit assists on any night if he wanted to.
The Mavericks have gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor.
And with their title last season, the Warriors now with 7 in franchise history, no longer tied with the Bulls. They are alone and ranked 3rd all time.
Wiggins outside. Doncic against Curry. Here's Green. Shoots over Kleber. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. It'll go on Maxi Kleber.
The game of Green, it's about testing the defense, finding their weak spots.
And the Warriors still have a long way to go to surpass the Celtics and the Lakers for total championships, each with 17.
But their ambition from the top down is to do exactly that. They want to be, in their own words, the greatest organization on earth.
Definitely playing the long game. The Warriors have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Pass to Wiggins. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Green against Wood from behind the arc. And there's Curry on the assist from Green. Curry's got his second bucket of the night.
Intelligent basketball. Keep feeding the hot hand.
Mr. Perfect gets the bucket. Well, you figured the advertising offers would come rolling in for MP. He'll be the new face of Kia in their NBA campaign.
And I'll tell you what, not a bad face to have in the world of endorsements. MP is getting better each day, and sponsors are taking notice.
Sinks it from distance.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
Golden State has gone 2 for 3 from outside the arc. Offensive rebound, Green. And terrific work on the offensive glass as he picks up the deuce.
This is the energy that Green provides. Just flat out refuses to give up on any play.
Oh, got that one up quick. He's got 24.
Wow, 5 consecutive threes. This defense looking very frustrated right now.
Golden State calls timeout.
And you look at the intangibles of Luka Doncic. He has some of the best court awareness in the league, and that shows up most with his passing and body control.
And a new group getting ready for the Mavericks. McGee, he's checked in for Wood. Powell comes in for Kleber. Bullock, he's checked in for Hardaway. And it's Hardy in for Luka Doncic. And a new group getting ready for the Warriors. Looney's checked in for Green. Kuminga comes in for Draymond Green. Payton's checked in for Klay Thompson. And it's Poole in for Stephen Curry. Mr. Perfect gets the bucket. And the way Doncic can feel the defenders around him speaks to his great court sense, Grant.
No question. And the elite footwork he has makes the most of it. I mean, one of the best at shielding defenders with his body. It's really how he can navigate through a defense with ease.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
The Warriors have gone 4 of 9 in this one so far. Pass to Payton. Back to Poole. Now Kuminga. And again, no good by Golden State. Here's Mr. Perfect. And the Mavericks, another 3.
Oh, flawless start for him here in the first quarter.
Boy, they're in a rough patch right now.
Yeah, momentum is definitely not on their side.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Oh, great D that time from Powell.
Oh, wow. Easy at to score this quarter. And it's not for a lack of trying. They just need him to make something.
Mr. Perfect gets the bucket.
He drops yet another dime. Just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Here's Poole. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And his first shot of the game, no good. It could go. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's Dallas, a huge.
The Warriors, 12.
Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And let's take a moment here to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Dallas. Markieff Morris out there with Tim Hardaway. Then it's Hardy. Then there's Christian Wood. And it's Doncic in at the 1 spot. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. Curry's shot is off. Curry's gone just 2 of 6 shooting, 33%. Here's Hardy, back to Doncic. Outside Hardaway. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Hardaway's gotten his first bucket of the night.
Sometimes the pick doesn't even have to be perfect. It can just be a pick. He just needs to create a sliver of space.
Here's Green, and it's blocked by Wood.
The length of Wood just covers so much ground, as you can see there with that fantastic block.
6 to shoot. Hardaway against Wiggins. And the officials call a traveling violation.
We've seen more than a few miscues from them tonight.
And if they want to come back in this game, look, they got to clean up those mistakes.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Green is checked in. The Warriors also with a sub. Kuminga's checked in. Doncic against Curry. Doncic passes to Morris. Pass to Hardaway. Over Green. Here's Morris. Money from the wing. Morris has got his first basket. Well, you know it takes courage to draw charges. Guys get trucked all the time, and they still call a blocking foul. You think more of those should be no calls, Grant?
You know, B.A., courage is the right word. If you're willing to step in there and sacrifice your body for the sake of the team, you know what? If you don't give them a charge, I'd prefer the no call. I like that idea.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. We love it.
And guys, to go on a big run, get some breathing space, it has to be a great play on each end.
Curry passes to Green. On the wing, Thompson. Off the mark there with a 3. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 3 to begin the second. Here's Green. The shot is good. Doncic making the play. Doncic has got 6 assists here tonight. Golden State has gone 0 for 3 from deep to begin the second.
Yeah, and Christian Wood moving here to the Mavs over the summer. Now, the Mavs knew they wanted more size, so they sent a number of players in exchange, but they got a deadly weapon to help them this season.
Wiggins, no good. Here's Dallas now. They've gone on an 8-0 run to the middle. And Wood with the stuff.
Obviously, Wood is in sync with his team. Perfectly timed leap to throw down that finish.
The Warriors have got nothing to go in this quarter. 0 for 5. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Well, the Mavericks this season trying to build a title contender around Luka Doncic, but not a lot of luxury tax wiggle room. Luka said, quote, "I trust them. Whatever move they make, I have great teammates and we're playing great basketball." Brian?
Well, no one wants to see Luka in the playoffs, Allie. Thanks for that. Doncic passes to Green. Doncic against Curry. Wood left side. The rebound by Wiggins. The Warriors have gone 1 for 6 in the second quarter. Not great. Takes a three. Curry, no good.
And after connecting twice from deep in the first quarter, he hasn't been able to drain another here in the second.
Now Doncic. They look to him to score consistently, averaging around 13.5 a game. Puts it up. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
Defense was all over Doncic, so he smartly uses a pick to get free to shoot.
Here's Golden State trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
More than a few bad breaks for him this quarter. He's struggling, and the team is following suit on the scoreboard.
Now here's Green. Hardaway, the pass to Morris. Back to Hardaway. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Hardaway's gotten 4 this quarter.
They're really working the paint now. And they're just not willing to give the ball handlers any breathing room.
Outside Curry. Pass to Wiggins. .11 feet out, and he hits it.
So polished from this painted area. Love watching Wiggins do his thing close to the basket.
A dominating first half of play, and so far it hasn't been close. The Mavericks on top, running away with this one. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And for the Warriors, they're shooting poorly, just 29% from the floor in this game. And so in the game for the Warriors, Thompson the 2 with Wiggins at the 3. Kevon Looney is out there with Green, and it's Curry in at the 1. And the whistle blows, and it's going to be over the back here.
A terrific box out that draws the over the back call.
He had to know that call was coming. You can't treat another guy like a jungle gym out there.
Now here's Curry. And that'll be Golden State's ball as it goes out of bounds. Warriors able to keep possession, and that shot was going nowhere thanks to that aggressive swat.
Yeah, just some terrific effort there. And you know the whole team will get an energy boost off a block like that one.
Now here's Wiggins. Pulls it.
That's not how you want to come out of the break. 3 straight misses. They need to settle in quick.
Pass to Doncic. Here's Mr. Perfect, defended by Thompson. Three-pointer. Mr. Perfect gets the bucket. Give him 39.
Deep into the game, you rely on players like him to keep delivering.
Curry passes to Wiggins. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
An ominous start to the second half. They are now 0 for 4.
All right, time for an injury report. And now we'll send it over to Allie LaForce for an update on Draymond Green. Allie?
Guys, I was able to catch up with the Warriors head athletic trainer. There's some pain in the chest area, especially when breathing. Right now, it's being called a bruise. The question now is how it will affect certain players' roles going forward. No doubt some adjustments will have to be made.
Well, we appreciate it, Allie. Hoping to see him back on the court soon, guys.
They really hope to have him back, but it's so crucial that he's healthy when he returns.
Mr. Perfect drops in the three.
As they set their sights on locking up the win, he has to do everything in his power to make this happen.
The Warriors have gotten just 1 of 5 shots to drop since halftime. Thompson right side. Puts it up from 12. Mavericks with a rebound.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
Here's Mr. Perfect, defended by Thompson. Another three for Dallas.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Well, the Warriors shooting only 26% for this game. Not good. Curry passes to Wiggins. Back to Curry. Pass to Thompson. Thompson with another miss. Dallas has gone 3 of 4 from outside in the second half. And we think back to 2015, Grant. Klay Thompson with the best quarter in league history.
Oh, B.A. 37 points from him in 1 quarter, setting an NBA record. Klay 13 for 13 from the field and 9 for 9 from deep, taking only 4 dribbles the entire time. Only Klay Thompson, guys.
Now here's Thompson. He's been an important part of this offense, averaging around 22 points a game. Shot is good by Curry.
What a response from Curry. Gotta know he's coming for his revenge.
Here's Mr. Perfect. And got it! Another basket!
Once again, he hits the 50-point mark as he continues to be a force of nature this season.
This performance has tied him for 3rd most 50-point games in a season. He just keeps delivering. Here's Curry. And that one drops. Curry's got 13.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
That was another look at our Mobile One drive of the game just a moment ago.
He made that drive look easy, but that had a high degree of difficulty. Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Curry draws the double. Pass to Wiggins. Up and over Hardaway. The Mavericks pull it in. Wood's got 7 rebounds in the game. The three is up. He can't get that one to fall. The Warriors go the other way with it. Curry with it. .44 seconds left in the 3rd quarter here. Thompson rebounded by Kleber.
It hasn't been his best quarter. I mean, he's trying to shoot himself out of the slump.
And Wood with the stuff.
Trust Doncic to make smart moves with the ball. He puts it in the hands of a guy with a wide open shot.
Golden State has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Wiggins passes to Looney. Wood against Green. Back to Thompson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Wood grabs the board. Wood's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Mr. Perfect. Good! Another from 3. Man, he's really launching them from outside the arc.
Man, so locked in, feeling confident in his 3-point shot tonight.
And here's Curry for 3. No good there. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks, and they're up an insane amount going into the break. The hustle they've shown on defense has been tremendous. And don't go far. We'll be right back. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
You can count on him to deliver a few assists like this one each and every night.
And the ability to drop your jaw with the pass is something you rarely see in this league. What?
Completely new group here for the Warriors. Boy, viewership numbers are on the rise. NBA business is booming. I guess it's a good time to own a piece, eh, Grant?
Hey, B.A., you said it best. The league is in great shape. We have great leadership, talent. It's an exciting time, and I think the league has more growth globally in the years to come.
We've got Justin Holiday, Markieff Morris out there with Davis Bertans. Then it's Reggie Bullock, and it's Mr. Perfect in at the point. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. No good on the triple. Thompson against Holiday. Pool's got room. Can't get it to drop, and it's Dallas the other way. From the arc. Connects again from distance.
He just continues to rain it on them from downtown. It's again from deep.
Hey, the way he's shooting, he has a good chance to join some elite names on the list of the most threes in a single game. A shot to stop the run. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson.
It's turned into a showdown here. Dueling from distance.
Take that, he says. I see your three, and I'll raise you another three.
Here's Mr. Perfect. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
This is what winning is all about. Playing your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moments. They put this game away in style.
And so it's the Mavericks taking care of business in this one. They didn't have too many problems tonight.
They didn't. Just a tremendous team effort. Once they had that big lead, they were not going to let the visitors back into the game.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Brian Anderson saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
Well, it looks like we've got a handle on this whole leadership thing for the time being.
Yeah, hashtags MP, leader, and let's go have been trending on social for the better part of 48 hours. So
Okay.
I'm impressed.
Right, hey, but can your source find out if Adele is still trying to trade a rising young star with leadership abilities up the wazoo?
Oh, don't talk about yourself in the third person. Yeah, it plays terribly with boomers, and that's our most affluent demo.
And don't say wazoo.
And don't dodge the question. It's not that funny. I mean, I really want you to work your source here, Ricky. You know? Or if does Teresa from ticketing still have inside
It's
scoop or
not Teresa
then
from
who is
ticketing.
it, man?
Look,
You're
I'm
gonna
not
tell
telling
me.
you.
You're gonna tell me.
Look, just because you're doing a great job right now does not mean you can let your foot off the gas. Look, I will try and see where Othella's head is at, but you still got to do your thing, all right? Look, nothing's settled on the trade front.
Of course, man, but it only gets better from here, Rick. Trust me.
All right, well, you know, it might be a good idea for you to check in with Coach Graves, too.
Yes.
I mean, he's an ally on this one.
Yeah, I do chat with him every day, but maybe I can see what if he knows what Othella's thinking or doing.
Good. In the meantime, I'll hit up my source, and we'll take it from there. One day at a time, right?
Yes, sir. Only way to do.
And P, glad you're here. I got to talk to you.
Yeah, man, I was about to say what's up, but you look a little bit upset.
There's no easy way to say this, but you're out of the starting lineup.
I don't understand why.
It's beyond my control.
But you said you would help me if I stayed out the press.
I can help you.
Okay, how? By doing whatever Othella tells you to do?
Ernest! Get over here! MP, I'd like you to meet Ernest Templeton.
Pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, man. What exactly does Ernest here do?
He's one of the brightest young stars in our analytics department.
Analytics, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
He came up with the formula for teammate grade, our new all-in-one performance metric.
That was you, man?
It is. Do you like it?
Yeah, I read the documents up on it. Makes a lot of sense. I'm just excited to see it in action.
When you see yourself going up for posterizing dunk, what do you see? A unicorn flying over a rainbow. What I see is a series of zeros and ones in the beautiful pattern of a Wolverine raining down on his opponents. It's mathematical inevitability. I've been working on it for a long time.
Long time, huh?
Yeah, 89, 99, 2009. Time doesn't exist.
There's been extensive research, but we'll spare you the details.
Spare you the details.
Needless to say, it's the new gold standard. Phil Boyer wants us to use it as a central pillar in all player evaluation.
All of these things. Teammate grade. This is how we change the narrative. How are you going to achieve a better grade than the starter that's currently in place? Here's how you're going to do it.
You hit those goals, and we'll have no choice but to start you. Phil Boyer will see to it himself.
I got you, Coach.
I'm just going to say that.
Okay, enough, Ernest. All right, look, we're all pulling for you, MP.
We're all pulling for you, MP.
We know you can do this.
All right, I'm going to get out of here. But I got you, Coach.
I got you, Coach.
I knew he was going to fist bump us both. Look, Coach, I know what you're going to say, but I swear to you, I have been putting in the work. You see me. I've been in the gym, man. So it's not a matter of effort. It's
You're in the starting lineup.
Wait, I'm what?
Next game, you're going to run with the starters.
Why?
Well, we think you're pressing and you're trying to prove you belong, so we want to take some of the pressure off you.
By making me a starter?
You trying to talk me out of it?
No. I'm just surprised. That's all. It's just, I know I've been underperforming just a little bit.
Just promise me you'll give it your all.
I can do that. I got you.
Good.
You won't regret this, Coach. I got you.
Probably both. It all depends on the overall, honestly.
Which part of your game do you want to see most portrayed in NBA 2K?
Mostly just shooting and the hustle plays, rebounding, just cheering my teammates on in the game.
Just to see me be able to dunk on the game, just see my vertical on the game, you see how high I can jump on it.
If there's one badge that your player needs to have in the game, what is it?
Catch and shoot. Yeah, at first, because at the beginning, when your grade is low, if you're making your shots and catch and shoot, that's easy. Yeah, you can do your stats.
And there has, Greg, been some talk within the league about adding a mid-season tournament. What are your thoughts on that possibility?
I mean, with the success of the play-in tournament, which, in full disclosure, I was not for, but love now, I can see why they're considering it.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Mr. Perfect out there with Doncic. Then there's Hardaway. Then there's Reggie Bullock. And it's Wood in at the 5. Home in the paint. I think some of us saw this announcement coming after the month MP's had. Now, officially, he was named the Rookie of the Month.
Hard work paying off. Recognition like this is so encouraging for a young talent. It might even push MP to take his game up another level. Nice effort taking the early lead. Here we go.
Take a nice deep breath. You score on that first possession. Gets the game started the right way.
Now, here's Bagley. Shoots over Bullock. Bagley, no good.
And you watch the way Doncic runs this offense. He's become a master at the pick and roll. Incredible to see someone run it to perfection.
Now, here's Bogdanovich after the miss from Mr. Perfect. Now, Bogdanovich. And he just worked New York in that last game. And Bogdanovich throws it down.
And Bogdanovich, a reliable ball handler, solid at creating for himself with his dribble.
And Mr. Perfect gets it to go. And with Doncic in the pick and roll game, he's so good at such a young age.
it's amazing how well he reads the defense, but he can also freeze the defender or create confusion with that hesitation. He has all the tricks to run it.
Well, here we have a huge moment for MP with in-season awards. He took home his first Player of the Month in his career.
And to win Player of the Month, you need to be a special talent. MP showed he can put forth sustained greatness with his play.
That's a hard-nosed play from Hardaway, absorbing contact and not taking no for an answer.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Here's Mr. Perfect. Another 3 for Dallas.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Pass to Bogdanovich. Back to Cunningham. Burks on the wing. Cunningham outside. Duran the pass to Burks. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Cunningham. Detroit, no good that time either. Now the Mavericks with it. They're on an 11-2 run. Doncic, bounce pass. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's going to be on Cade Cunningham. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Mavericks.
They've looked to fire as much as possible from outside the arc, and so far they are hitting at a high clip.
So much good energy and flow tonight, and it has really come out of great ball movement. Guys have been open, and as soon as they get the ball.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Stewart checked in for Bagley. Diallo comes in for Bogdanovich. Joseph, he's checked in for Burks. And Hayes subbed in for Cade Cunningham. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And Greg, beyond the lottery picks, this Pistons team has a lot of young players looking to make a name for themselves.
Second-round picks are guys let go by their first team. There's an underdog quality to the roster. Guys hungry to prove they belong.
Here's Mr. Perfect. Against Golden State, he was really on his game. Lets it go with a 3. That shot is off. The Pistons go the other way with it. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
I thought they had a solid game plan coming into that one, and then they made good adjustments along the way.
Well, the great thing about watching that game was that we saw it through their offense, and they showed a few different looks that they settled into and played well.
Pistons trail by 14. And there's the call on Mr. Perfect. That's his first foul. And we got to take a second look to admire that outstanding block.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you gotta love that energy.
1:06 left here in the opening quarter. Here's Joseph. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard.
And they've done a nice job controlling the defensive backboard to start this game.
Mr. Perfect, another 3 for Dallas.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. And this is the first time they've matched up with the Mavericks this year.
It's an East versus West matchup tonight. First meeting of the year between these two.
Yeah, fun to see maybe strangers because you just aren't familiar with these faces here tonight. This will be a very exciting game to watch.
There's 53 seconds left in the first quarter. Hayes the pass to Diallo. Back to Hayes. Cloak loose. Stewart against Powell. Shot clock at 6. And it's Hayes in the corner. To halt the run. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Great tee that time from Mr. Perfect.
And they've come out with a take no prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Always a good sign of maturity and steps forward when you can take this kind of effort, focus, and concentration on the road to get a win.
Outside, Joseph. McGee with the block. Here's Mr. Perfect. Beats the clock. Count it! He got it!
That's how you do it. Stay patient, wait for the opportunity, and boom.
That's exactly how you want to close out the quarter, too, with some confidence.
And the buzzer sounds to end the first, and we've got a blowout underway here. It's Dallas.
Your Pistons dance team.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And quite a position here for the Mavericks to be in. What do you think, guys?
Just stretching out the floor in that first. They had the defense scrambling.
Pretty prime example here of how to space the floor and do it correctly. When you do it, that's the kind of thing that happens.
Bagley and Stewart make up the inside pair. Cade Cunningham out there with Alec Burks. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. And Mr. Perfect gets it to go.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
And you know, they don't want to give the ball handlers any room.
Pass to Stewart. Burks looking around. Here's Bagley. Out of bounds, it'll be Mavericks ball.
And the question for the Mavs is simple. How do you best build around Luka Doncic? They'll try to answer that in the coming years.
Mavericks leading by 23. Here's Mr. Perfect. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. And that's 28 points for Mr. Perfect.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for Detroit. And Greg, it just seems for the Mavs, it's all about finding the right fit for the role players.
And that's why this team was willing to move on from Porzingis. Going forward, you can see them look a lot like the Harden era Rockets. The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Now the pass to Burks. Passes to Bagley. That one's off. Still out of sync for Dallas. They've gone a nice 3 of 3 to start the second. Mr. Perfect. The three-pointer off the mark. For Detroit, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Loud pass to Bagley. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks very much, Kevin. Not that long ago, of course, the analytical team shot way more three-pointers, and they found a temporary edge. But now every team shoots a lot of threes, and it's more about personnel. When it's a superstar shooting the ball, that mid-range jumper can be very efficient. Guys?
And, DA, we see it all the time. Brandon Ingram with the New Orleans Pelicans. KD. The two players in Phoenix with Chris Paul and Devin Booker. DeRozan in Chicago. They'll hit those all day long. David, thank you. And, Brett, what about the play of Cunningham?
Well, he had a solid first year in the league, especially with the added pressure of being the number
He acting a little too aggressive to me, y'all. Shit. You don't have to handle him.
Detroit for a team that's exploring a lot of young talent. So not only do you have to perform, you have to find a way to lead. And I think the expectations around Cade Cunningham were fulfilled for the Detroit Pistons.
That's good from Cunningham. So it's Dallas with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up.
With the score, your Pistons 23, the Mavericks 39.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. We're seeing a tremendous game from Mr. Perfect.
Yeah, and the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
Yeah, he keeps tracking down those spots behind the three-point line and finding some open opportunities.
Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Jason Kidd. Luka Doncic out there with Mr. Perfect. Then it's Christian Wood. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Bullock in a power forward position.
This time, Cunningham putting the defender in a no-win situation. unless he's considered the winner.
Brent, do you think shooting has improved over the years, or are there just more good shooters on the floor?
Well, Kevin, if you had a bubble, I'd be bursting it right now, because if you look back over the last 10 years, maybe go 20 years, shooting has not changed. Percentages have not changed, both from two-point land, three-point land, free throw line. It's not that there are more good shooters in the league. There's just more surprises as to who it is you see taking the shots.
And the shot is good.
Doing a lot of nice work now from the field. He's helped get them this lead, and now he's helped them keep it.
Pistons trail by 19. Outside, Bogdanovich. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Cunningham inside. Guarded by Doncic. Cunningham's shot is off.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
And Mr. Perfect gets it to go.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Guarded by Hardaway. Bogdanovich passes to Bagley. Cunningham dishes it to Bogdanovich. 5 to shoot. No good again that time. Mavericks leading by 22. And Brent, let's talk about the Detroit Pistons. Missing the playoffs over the recent stretch. Not what this franchise is really used to.
No, they've only made the postseason twice in the last 13 seasons. And, of course, in the early part of the century, they rattled off 8 straight appearances, including that championship in 2004 that upset the Lakers. So still looking for a return to relevance, but they made some great moves in the draft. They may be on their way.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. Nice game. Great performance from Mr. Perfect.
Not sure what the defense is thinking, or if they are. They continue to let him shoot. That is bad defense.
Stewart's checked in for Duren. Cunningham with it. And we know he can score. He's averaging around 21.5 points a game. And they pick up 2.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by the Mavs.
That was a second look at our Mobile One Drive. Amazing control on display.
And they might be down big, but you'd love the mentality he has to go at defenders and just keep attacking.
The Pistons have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. The 3 from Bogdanovich. The 3-pointers right on target. Bogdanovich has got 5.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the 3-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
And here's Cunningham. He has 6. Outside, Bogdanovich. Burks in the corner. And there's the call on Mr. Perfect. That's foul number 2 for him. Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
Man, that's some bullshit, man.
Will help them stay in
Come on, dog. Ain't nobody personal fouling, man. Say, get that soft-ass dude off the court, dog.
He comes in for Doncic. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now.
2 minutes.
Cunningham inside. Powell's there. Off with the layup. Here's Mr. Perfect. Stewart trying to get open. And it's good for 2. Mr. Perfect's got 49 points in the game.
Just how awesome is it to watch the best of the best start to dominate in a game.
Back to Cunningham. 1:24 left here in the third quarter. They get the rebound. Dallas with the ball. They're on an 8. And yep, another basket.
Another 50-point game from him. And he is now 3rd in the record books for most 50-point games in a season.
You know, G.A., you can't deny the greatness we've seen from him all year long. He has performed at the highest level, game in and game out.
His play this season has moved him past Kobe. Yes, Kobe being Bryant for most 50-point games in a season. I can still remember that incredible 2007 year for Kobe, and that has been bested. And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second-half run.
Well, with the confidence growing, that's one thing, but they seem to be getting more intense, and that's helping the quality of their play here.
Cunningham outside. Diallo finds Burks. Just 5 on the clock. Detroit needs to get off a shot here. Three-pointer on the way. Mavericks with the rebound. Following this game, they hit the road. They'll take on the Knicks in New York. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip.
With the finish line in sight, this guy is determined to be the one to put the game away.
And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for Detroit. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
I like how Cunningham just refuses to settle on the play. He gets his shot off and then gets himself fouled.
Detroit shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. First free throw is good. So it's both teams making substitutions here.
At the line for 2.
And so Cunningham nails both of them. 8 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Mr. Perfect. Connects again.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. And so it's Dallas with a 34-point advantage heading into the break. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And we'll be back with you shortly. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And with the fourth quarter. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2.
Thanks, MP. Can you tell us about the decision to move you to the bench?
I mean, from day one, I've always said I'm happy to come, from any points of the court. Off the bench, on the bench, whatever. Just think about Manu. He's a Hall of Famer, and he came off the bench as well. I mean, if Coach thinks I need to come off the bench to help us win, I'm riding with Coach on this. I'm all for it.
It's tough for me to see the logic behind your benching from a performance perspective.
Exactly.
I mean, is there something going on behind the scenes that we don't know about, maybe like a disciplinary action situation?
Nope. Nothing like that.
Okay, so then tell me, does the benching feel vindictive to you?
Vindictive? For what?
I don't know.
I mean, if you don't know, then I definitely don't know. You're as plugged in as anyone else, Nate. Talk to me.
I guess. Well, thanks anyway.
Mm-hmm. Whoa. Take it easy, Nate. Like, you about to jump out of your seat. What's up, brother?
Well, how do you respond to the reports that Atilla Akpen is not hanging up the phone and other teams ask about your availability, man?
Okay, how do I put this? Everyone has a job on the team. And Athilla's job is to explore every option to improve the roster.
But wait, you don't think that you've earned a reprieve from trade talks with your recent play?
No, I mean, not really. I mean, people are going to ask about you if you're playing well. That just comes with the territory, bro.
I mean, but there are stars in this league that are off the table without question.
Okay,
right
and?
now, you're not one of them.
Oh, okay. Listen, fam, I don't compare myself to other people like that. If my team is winning, I'm good. So that's what I'm all about. That's it. I don't listen to all that outside noise and chatter.
I see you out there doing work. Let's get everyone over here and get started. Here's what we're gonna do.
You got it. You got it. Come on, man.
Don't worry.
Hey, right here. Now we're rolling. Let's go.
You guys are the ones who are going to be losing today.
Just like that. more, one more. Keep it going.
I got you quiet real quick.
Let's go! Phenomenal win. You should be proud of yourselves. Now let's get to work so we can keep this positive energy. We gotta keep teams from getting easy baskets on the break. So let's focus on that transition D. Everyone, get down to the baseline so we can work on some transition drills.
I see him.
Good boy, good boy. We're here. Way to take that. Nice work, fellas. Try to stay a while and get some additional reps in.
Okay, 10. So it's crazy. Like, if Lil Me were to see me now in the game, that would be amazing. I actually pay to see that.
If you hop into 2K, are you going to play with your player now that you're in the game?
It's only right, I guess.
Exactly.
I feel like,
and then you gotta select the Raptors too.
Yeah, exactly. No, for sure the Raptors, but you know, some people always say like it's weird you play with their player. I gotta see how I play, see if I can score.
Going to see a lot of action on the perimeter in this one. Clark, these teams are skilled three-point shooters.
I would not disagree with any of that, BA. We'll see, though, which side is able to disrupt the opposing shooters. I mean, defense is going to play a role in this.
Looking at the starting five for the Dallas Mavericks. Davis Bertans is out there with Tim Hardaway. Then it's Luka Doncic. Then there's Christian Wood. And it's Mr. Perfect in at the 2.
Just taking it right to the rim. And no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Pass to Harden. Quickly with the ball. Here's Robinson, guarded by Wood. Robinson passes to Brunson. Just 5 on the clock. No good. Good D by Doncic. First quarter of play, a minute in.
An area of big improvement for Christian Wood recently, his defensive presence. He's been doing more on that end of the floor the last couple of seasons.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
That defensive improvement certainly shows up in Wood's stats, Clark.
Clearly, you look at his rebounds, BA, his shot blocking, all areas where he's making a bigger impact. You love seeing a guy like him who took a while to find his way into the league step up in that manner.
And it's quickly with a miss. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. Here's Mr. Perfect. And the Mavericks, another 3.
The defense is nowhere to be found guarding the three-point shot.
Here's Quickly. An important role in this offense, averaging around 12.5 per game. Randall with it. He's picked up by Hardaway. Randall pass to Quickly. Pass to Brunson. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. They defeated Detroit in their last game.
Yeah, they connected from outside all game. And the defense had absolutely no answer for it.
They found their rhythm and kept piling it on. And a huge boost of confidence on the road for sure.
And despite the defender's length, he goes right up from the mid-range.
You know, guys, if they're inside, that shot probably gets blocked. But from mid-range, I mean, he's able to get it off over the bigger defender there.
Mr. Perfect gets the bucket.
He's getting it done offensively, making winning plays at every turn.
New York trailing. Outside Brunson.
2 minutes.
Here's Quickly.
2 minutes.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. Christian Wood picks one up.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
A big group substitution here for New York. Hardenstein, he's checked in for Robinson. Toppin comes in for Randall. Grimes, he's checked in for Hart. And it's Derrick Rose in for Brunson. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. McGee, he's checked in for Wood. Powell comes in for Bertans. Bullock, he's checked in for Hardaway. And it's Hardy in for Doncic. Here's Grimes. Checking his numbers, he's put up a little over 9 points a game. Pass to Toppin. That shot is off. Oh, great D that time from Powell. And Dallas with possession. They're on a 17-6 run. Here's Grimes. Rose outside. There's the three. They get the rebound. Hartenstein. And he makes it on the layup.
Second chance points are always painful. You have to make the effort to box out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
Here's Mr. Perfect. Last game, an incredible scoring display for him.
Man, they've settled in quickly today. A nice flow and rhythm to their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possession.
Now here's Rose. They trail by 9. Quickly from outside. Bullock puts it in. For Dallas, they've got 7 of 8 in the basket. Nails it from 3. 22 points for him.
This has been just a dreadful start for them defensively. Not good at all.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
Here's Grimes. Well, he hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure that'll change. And here's Toppin from the arc. Hauled in by McGee. The Mavericks have gone an impressive 8 of 9. And the Mavericks, another 3.
Oh, he's really been on a roll this quarter. Seems like everything he throws up is finding bottom.
Here's Rose. He's coming off a 13-point game against Milwaukee. Pass to Hartenstein. Here's Grimes to stop the run. Ooh, he released it in time, but it's off the mark. And so it's Dallas up 15 points as this quarter concludes.
25. Fans, a big round of applause for your next.
We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play. This one has been one-sided so far. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Dallas.
You know, right from the start, it seemed they got hot from three-point range, pulling apart the defense and racking up the points, too.
Another area where they've excelled has been pushing it on the break. They're really getting after it.
At the 4 and the 5, it's Randall and Robinson. Then it's Josh Hart. Then there's Jalen Brunson. And it's Grimes in at the 2-guard spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks.
And, you know, what's most impressive about Luka Doncic is how fast he has become a bona fide star in this league. I mean, you get the feeling he's nowhere close to being done improving yet. But I believe those games at the highest level in Europe really prepared him to be a star in the NBA.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, Brian. Well, Luka Doncic, an all-star from his second season, and every year he's one of the favorites for MVP. But Luka says, quote, I still haven't won anything, so I've got a long way to go. Brian, if you didn't catch it, team success is the metric. He says the key is to win a championship.
Well, it certainly gives them a chance to do just that, Allie. Thank you. And Luka's the kind of guy you build your team around, Clark.
Yeah, and I think this next step is being a franchise player that learns how to lead effectively. It's incredible how much he has already accomplished at such a young age, and his transition coming to the NBA from Europe has been, I think, surprisingly seamless.
Now a timeout called by New York.
Yeah, hoping to tap into something that'll get them clicking.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
So it's Dallas with an almost surefire victory here, up 32 at the end of the...
For a t-shirt toss. That's the end of the first half with a score. The Knicks 31, the Mavericks 63.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. On the court right now for the Mavericks, we've got Christian Wood. Davis Bertans is out there with Tim Hardaway. Then it's Luka Doncic, and it's Mr. Perfect in a shooting guard.
Mavericks foul. Number 8. First personal foul. First team foul.
And confidence is such a critical component. How much does it help to have a head coach who really believes in you as a player, Clark?
BA, I think it does add, and it adds to your own confidence level when it infuses you. But self-talk is the most important talk. But when it's supported by your coach, I think now you've got the best of all worlds when it comes to confidence.
And up the court they come. The Mavericks on the break. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play.
Yeah, ever since the Nets relocated to Brooklyn in 2012, the rivalry between the Nets and Knicks has intensified. Now, both teams trying to prove that New York belongs to them.
And here are the Knicks now. Looking ahead, they've got the Cavaliers coming to town for their next one. And that's the third game out of 4 at home for them. Here's Quickly. The shot, no good. And it's Dallas the other way. It'll be hard for the Nets to take New York City away from the Knicks. They've been there so long.
That's so true, B.A. But the Nets have attracted more star players lately. Top free agents choosing to go to the Nets instead of the Knicks. We'll see if this trend continues moving on.
That one's good from Hardaway.
You know, you look at Hardaway Jr. right now. I think efficiency is everything, should be the priority for him. I think he has the talent, no doubt, but just needs to play to his strengths a little bit more.
Brunson finds Randall. Outside Hart. Mavericks with a rebound.
Coming out stone cold here. Sometimes the break will do that to you.
Pass to Mr. Perfect. From deep. And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
The Knicks have gone 0 for 3 to start the second half. Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
He's a wrecking ball on offense. Randall, so good at finishing inside.
And we just had to see that mobile one drive one more time. Great stuff.
They're taking the onus on himself to make something happen. Got it into the teeth of the defense and made them pay.
Clearly out of rhythm now, guys. I mean, just 1 for 5 to begin the second half.
Here's Mr. Perfect. He's covered by Hart. Mr. Perfect gets the bucket. And he's got 41 now. Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. Pass to Robinson. Quickly with the ball. Launches it. Doncic pulls down the board.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then because his shot making is not happening right now.
And just shredding apart the defense with his passing. He's helping to pace this offense so well.
You know, numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved.
They get it back.
Man, miss after miss for him. When you're having a quarter like this, the only beneficiary is the defense.
Mr. Perfect gets the bucket.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Back to Brunson. A minute 39 left in the third. Randall against Bertans. Randall, good.
Whatever the defense gives, that's what he takes. It's a sign of a skilled offensive player.
78-35.
From outside the arc. Fires in the triple.
I just love the ball movement.
For New York, they've gotten just 25% of their shots to fall since the half. 2 for 8. Hey, in 6 attempts, he's made 5. Talk about efficiency.
He's really carrying the load. But no man could do it all by himself.
Here's Mr. Perfect. Another one goes. Incredible. And that gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
The Knicks have gone cold here in this third quarter. Just 3 of 9. Here's Quickly. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
And Doncic with the jam.
Boy, there's a subtle but real physicality and aggressiveness to Doncic's approach to the game, and that's part of his greatness.
And he lobs it up, and it's Randle with the jam.
Just another way Randle can beat you. Good hands for the catch and finish at the rim.
86.
Dallas has gone 3 of 5 from downtown here in the second half. Here's Mr. Perfect, guarded by Quickly. Mr. Perfect gets the bucket.
Boy, he's filling it up right now, getting the shots he wants and delivering in a big way.
It's stolen by Doncic. Over Brunson, and the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
Well, you know, Doncic, with his combined package of skill and confidence, that pull-up jumper is a real weapon for him.
Outside Brunson. Pass to Randle. Basket is good. Off the assist from Brunson. Randle's got 10 points in the quarter.
There's your bully ball right there. I mean, a lot of folks think that's all Randle is a bully baller. Those big shoulders, that muscular body, he does a nice job putting them to use.
And as we conclude the third, pretty much a blowout here. It's been a one-sided affair. Mavericks ahead, running away with this one. And time to step away quickly, but we'll be back in no time with the start of the fourth quarter. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. We've got Julius Randle, Obi Toppin out there with Isaiah Hartenstein. Then there's Derrick Rose, and it's Grimes in at the shooting guard position. That's the 5 for New York right now.
Getting the ball inside, usually a pretty good wrestle.
And no lack of aggression on that move. Good for the 2K drive.
Yeah, they have a long way to go, but attacking the rim like that is a great way to start a comeback. That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough, but that's how you win games. Yet that's another miss for him. They're behind in this game largely because he shot so poorly.
Here's Mr. Perfect. Yet another bucket.
Oh, make that 61 points.
Everything is going his way right now. The Knicks have gotten just one shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the fourth. Pass to Grimes. And we've heard the cautionary tales in the past. Does it seem like players today are getting better financial advice, in your opinion, Grant, to make their money last?
Yeah, B.A., I think they're getting better financial advice, but I also think the times that we're in, I think there's more awareness. Players understand the pitfalls or potential setbacks. The social media, digital age, all the information's there. So players today, yes, they're making more money, and I actually think they're doing a better job of protecting and saving their money, too.
To end the run. Kept alive. Toppin. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
First personal foul.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Dallas.
Well, you know, throughout this game, they've shot the ball extremely well from downtown. Their shooters are getting open and letting it fly.
Yeah, and their team-first approach is another thing you have to like. And they've had great ball movement and are getting a lot of points off assists.
Fournier's checked in for New York. McBride comes in for Grimes. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Grant, when you see players make that leap from star to superstar, think about guys like Giannis and Jason Tatum. I mean, what is that step like? You did it.
Well, it's interesting. You know, you come into the league and you have success right away, but at some point, everything just clicks. It could be year 4, year 5, year 6, usually in that window where now you figure things out and now you take that next step and become elite. Now, BA, you know, I'm hoping that things start to click with me in my golf game. It's been about 4 or 5 years there, too.
Superstar status. He's covered by Holiday. And so Dallas takes this one by a big margin. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle that never came.
Yeah, and this team was consistent throughout. They met every challenge, and they earned this dub.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Clark Kellogg, this is Brian Anderson thanking you all for tuning.
Great game, MP. Really well done.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you. Thank you.
Next game, you're back with the starters.
Don't lie to me, Coach. Do not lie to me.
No cap.
I see you.
I just told the press during my availability. So why don't you head over there and answer some of their questions and bask in the glory.
All right. Oh, is that my man John in the cut back there? My man, it's always good to see you. What's up?
Hey, it's me, man. Great game, MP.
Thank you, man.
So, Coach Graves just let us know that you're back in the starting lineup. Yeah. First off, did he tell you yet? And if so, how does that feel?
Yo, that's crazy because he just told me. Like, he literally just let me know. It feels great, man. You know, everyone wants to start in this league, and I'm no different, man. You know? So I'm hype.
So are you aware of reports that you've been placed back in the starting lineup so they can actually showcase you for a potential trade?
No. That's actually the first time I've actually heard that.
Well, let me read this to you. Sources familiar with the organization's thinking have confirmed that there's interest in acquiring Shep Owens in the trade. So how do you feel about that?
Obviously, you know, just give me a second, man. If that's true, that's unfortunate. Because I have proven that I can contribute to winning basketball. So to hear something like that, I don't understand it. I don't.
Well, not to make things worse, but I'm also hearing that Shep was Athellah Akpen's first choice at 18. But Phil Boyer overruled him, which is why he hired Freddie Novak to help smooth over the PR hit he took for drafting you.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure how to respond to that, Nate.
Understandable. I mean, whenever you're ready to talk, I'm here for you, brother.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So if I play against somebody and they're using KD or LeBron and I use myself and I win, oh wow, oh yeah.
Everybody's gonna hear about it?
For sure, the whole city's gonna, yeah. I'm real competitive.
Welcome to Ephemeral, come on in.
Okay, I'm excited.
What would you like to get tattooed today?
Saw the WNBA launch the Commissioner's Cup, but what are your thoughts, Doris, about a mid-season tournament being added to the NBA?
Kevin, it's hard not to look at the positive effect that the play-in situation has had on the NBA. Think about it, how much more competitive games are down the stretch of the regular season. So because of that success, I am very open to adding a midseason tournament.
And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. Ball and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. Bismack Biyombo is out there with Durant, and it's Okogie in at the small forward position. And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. Here's Mr. Perfect. They get it back. Second chance shot, and Wood with a nice bucket inside.
And creating the second chance opportunity there. Wood has a nose for the ball and the length to make the play.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
And that's what a coach loves to see in a close game. Just put your head down and make something happen.
Now here's Booker. Offensively, he's been a one-man wrecking crew. His scoring average is over 30 points a game. And the Mavs fans are hoping this team, Doris, is poised to repeat the success of the early 2000s.
Well, Kevin, I think you have to look at the deep run into the playoffs from last year where they finally figured out the pieces they need to have around their great star, Luka Doncic. Obviously, you need shooting across positions, but I think one thing you need to consider if you're the Dallas Mavericks, paint protection is critical. High-level defenders are critical. So do you need that presence in the paint and a vertical threat at the cup to enhance Luka's skills even more?
Dallas moving the ball around. Doncic finds Wood. Here's Mr. Perfect. Another three for Dallas.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I briefly spoke with Coach Monty Williams. He's looking to even the season series with a win tonight. He told me he knows his team can play better than they did the last time, and he thinks with the strong defense and shot blocking, they can make things difficult at that end of the floor. We'll see if they can impose their will tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
Appreciate it, D.A. They'll be trying to lock it down defensively. Guys, what do you think?
If you want to avoid a run-and-gun type of situation, this is the approach you need to take.
Well, they know they can score in the half court as well. That's your trouble defensively. If you want to take something away, you have to give up something else.
Biyombo, no luck. Looking at Dallas, they took that win in their last game against the Knicks. Hardaway passes to Mr. Perfect. Here's the three. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Their last encounter was in Phoenix.
They just got overwhelmed. We knew that game was going to be a tough one for them, and we were right.
Sometimes it's about the talent disparity, and it would have taken a massive effort for them to even be competitive, and it was nothing close to that.
And Mr. Perfect gets it to go.
Crushing it right now. They've done an excellent job of spacing the floor.
And what surprises me is the defense hasn't done anything to take away that three-point shot. That has been their preferred weapon tonight.
And the Suns call their first time out of the game. All technical fouls have been an issue for Luka Doncic since he entered the league.
First of all, you love his passion, but I think we've seen real progress in this regard, and that's because you understand if you're Luka Doncic, you need to play high minutes for your team.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. JaVale McGee's checked in for Wood. Mike Powell comes in for Reggie Bullock. Josh Green's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Hardy in for Doncic. Here's Paisley. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Here's Mr. Perfect. Another three for Dallas.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
And here's Payne following the three from Mr. Perfect. Landale misses. Now here's Hardy. He's guarded by Ross. Sinks the three-pointer. And that's 20 points for Mr. Perfect.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Now here's Payne. Turned in an outstanding game against San Antonio. To the inside to end the run. He takes it up and lays it in.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Here's Mr. Perfect. In it goes for the 8th time in 10 tries.
I'll tell you, this guy is proving to be a problem for the defense. In this quarter, he has been special.
And so it's Ross. He brings it up for the Phoenix Suns. They trail by 18. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Back to Payne. To the middle. Here's Baisley. Great D that time from Powell. Fast break, Dallas. And Mr. Perfect gets it to go. 24 points for Mr. Perfect.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
And so it's Dallas controlling the game and finishing the quarter with a 20-point lead. Defensively, they... And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Mavericks team out there.
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Suns. Ball and Booker, the talented backcourt pick. Durant is out there with Bismack Biyombo. And it's Okogie in at the 3 spot. Here's Mr. Perfect. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 4 assists in the game.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
And talking about a franchise that has done a complete 180, look no further than the Phoenix Suns. Before 2021, they hadn't even been to the playoffs in 10 years.
Here's Okogie. Booker trying to free himself up. Okogie misses. Dallas has gotten both of their 3-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Got that bucket in no time at all. Mr. Perfect's got 9 points now in the quarter. In just 4 seasons, Phoenix, Greg, went from last in the conference to the best record in the entire NBA. It's been an unbelievable story.
And there's a lot of talent on this team, not to mention a great coach in Monty Williams. The future is bright for this franchise.
Here are the Mavericks now. 9 points in a row. Good run for him right now. Hands it from downtown.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Suns have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, Kevin Durant learned an important lesson at age 11. His dad cooked him one-on-one, dunking on him and talking trash. Durant started crying and he locked himself in his room, but he came to realize, what am I so mad at? It's good to be passionate, but channel it. Once you're off the court, leave it and go back to being you. Kevin?
Great advice. David, thanks.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team, productive and efficient.
Booker with no one around. Phoenix no good that time either.
I know he wants to answer the 3 that was just made on the other end, but he can't let that affect his judgment. He's got to find the best shot possible.
Greg, we know from time to time things get pretty chippy out there. What kind of things would get under your skin when you played in the NBA?
Oh, guys tended to talk a little trash, and that could rattle you. That could bother you at times, but you really just try to maintain your focus and keeping your eye on the prize.
And Mr. Perfect gets it to go.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
The Phoenix Suns come into this one after the win against the Spurs in San Antonio. Pass to Okogie. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
What you love about Josh Okogie is there's a level of aggression, and in this instance, physicality to draw the foul.
And for coaches' challenges, the refs review their own calls. It's a little like grading your own test. Maybe, Greg, give that job to the review center.
You definitely risk a confirmation bias, and everyone wants to be right. It does seem like some calls stand that probably could be reversed.
Launches it. And again.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. And so it's Ross. He brings it up for the Phoenix Suns. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
Yeah, facing that hostile crowd, they've just found a way to kind of tune out the noise and focus on the game.
Well, the best way to silence a crowd is with your offensive game. Those fans got quiet in a hurry when the buckets started raining down.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And Mr. Perfect gets it to go.
Oh, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him.
30 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Okogie, guarded by McGee. 5 on the clock. They need this. Rebounded by McGee. Here's Mr. Perfect. Non-stop scoring machine here. Traps in the tray.
A lot to like about the way they're playing right now, but still plenty of time left.
You do like that the offense is humming along. They're putting in the effort to distance themselves.
Warren. And that one released in time, but no good.
The score, your Mavericks, 59. The Suns, 10.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. We're seeing a tremendous game from Mr. Perfect.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
We've got Tim Hardaway Jr., Mr. Perfect out there with Doncic. Then there's Reggie Bullock, and it's Wood in at the 5 roaming the paint. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Jason Kidd. And here's Booker from the arc. It's rebounded by Dallas. Wood's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Here's Mr. Perfect. And another one falls. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Back to Paul. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Lobbed up there for Durant. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And it doesn't even have to be an accurate pass. With Durant's length, you can just throw it up and you know this guy will get it.
Doris, let me ask you this. Is Kevin Durant the greatest scoring forward ever?
I think he is, Kevin, but I also think that limits his greatness because when Kevin Durant is done and you consider the combination of his handle, his shooting, and the size, we've never seen that combination to this level. He will go down as one of the greatest ever, regardless of attribute you're trying to assign to him.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And Mr. Perfect gets it to go.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Paul kicks to Booker. Durant at the elbow. Down low. Tries again. And Booker with the layup. Booker's got 6.
Well, that's simply a case where Devin Booker outworks the opposition and gets a second chance opportunity. Nicely done.
Good, he hits again.
What a game. That's 72 points.
He's been simply, Greg, sensational throughout this one. Outside Durant puts up a 3. It's rebounded by Doncic.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Mr. Perfect, the pass to Hardaway. Lays it up and banks it in. Hardaway has got his first 2 points.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
And I think it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
2 minutes remaining.
Paul passes to Okogie.
2 minutes.
Now Booker. Paul outside. Pass to Biyombo. And here is Paul. Takes the three. It's rebounded by Doncic. Here's Mr. Perfect, defended by Booker. And Mr. Perfect gets it to go.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. We've heard about player tracking on the court, but now shot tracking is helping players refine their strokes. It measures not just makes or misses, but the arc and the depth, and the left to right.
Good, that's another bucket.
And that puts him even for 3rd on the single-game scoring list. Simply amazing.
I'm at a loss for words. Greg, his has been one of the greatest offensive games we'll ever see.
And to equal a mark set way back in 1961 by Wilt Chamberlain, that tells you all you need to know.
Well, this is exactly how you want to attack the defense. Kevin Durant accepting the punishment, but refuses to be denied.
Paul outside. Pass to Booker. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation.
And to make that mistake at this time.
So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly. And the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go. And once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And that'll do it, folks.
Okay, you guys want to fill me in? Why do I feel like I was blindsided out there?
Because you were. Look, but that's okay, all right? It's the last...
Did you say 2 to 3 years? Yeah. I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not.
It's up to 3 years.
What?
Yeah.
I thought they said 6 to 8 weeks.
No.
My mom's gonna kill me. Chris Manning would never do this for the show, by the way. Are you ready?
And Grant, we've got two teams here that don't need to rely solely on their starters. They've got a lot of firepower coming off the bench.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of talent on display for both sides. And that depth makes each team more unpredictable on offense. Both sides have a number of guys who can step up on any given night.
Looking at the starting five for the Dallas Mavericks. They've got Luka Doncic. Reggie Bullock is out there with Christian Wood. Then it's Tim Hardaway. And it's Mr. Perfect in at the 2. Down low. And Jokic throws it down.
I just wonder where Jamal Murray is going to go. This guy is a terrific combo guard.
Here's Mr. Perfect. That one falls. Great setup by Doncic.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. Murray with it. Back to Caldwell Pope. 5 on the clock. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
And guys, over the last several years, Denver's been top 10 in offensive rating. Now, they played a slower pace, but made the most of their possessions.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Boy, this Denver team, great offensively over the last couple of seasons. How so?
Well, BA, they execute in the half courts. That's pretty simple. I mean, so difficult to do against NBA defenses. Now, normally they have multiple ball handlers on the floor, guys who can make quick decisions.
Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball. First minute and a half of basketball played here in this one. Here's Mr. Perfect. Pure from three-point range. 6 points for him.
Willing passers, unselfish play. You have to appreciate this kind of offense.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. And here's Porter. Now Gordon. Back to Caldwell Pope. Bullock puts it in.
Probably should have scored there. He usually does.
To the inside. Gordon with a steal. Murray with it. Now Doncic defending. Outside Murray. Pass to Jokic. There's the triple. Mavericks with a rebound. Last time they met was in Dallas.
And they won that last game between these teams easily, posting a scorching hot field goal percentage.
Now here's Hardaway. Right now averaging 5.5 a game. Fires the 3. Mr. Perfect shot is off. The Nuggets have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Porter, the pass to Murray. And that one's good. Murray's got his second basket of the night.
Porter Jr. moving the ball well. Nice to have a wing player help to be a facilitator.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Low resistance to the finish line.
And I love the way he played downhill on that drive. Love the attack mentality in a close game.
To the paint. 1:56 left in the first quarter of the game. Jokic against Wood. And it's Jokic missing. For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 6 from the floor. Here's Mr. Perfect. And that one goes. 4 for 7 for him so far.
Flat out taking the game over, and there's no way he's going to give it up.
Now a timeout called by Denver. And it's a completely new group here for the Nuggets. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. McGee, he's checked in for Christian Wood. Powell comes in for Bullock. Green's checked in for Hardaway. And it's Hardy in for Luka Doncic. Here's Najee. Back to Jackson. No good on the shot. And it's Dallas the other way. Lets the three fly. Mr. Perfect shot is off. The Nuggets trail. Jackson outside. On the wing, Green. Green covering. And again, Denver no good. End of quarter management here. They can go 2 for 1.
Make the math work in your favor.
Mr. Perfect gets the bucket.
Defense shaking their heads. No idea how to stop him in this quarter. He's got him on the ropes.
36 seconds left in the opening quarter. The Nuggets shooting just 38% so far in this one. Pass to Green. Now here's Jackson, guarded closely. And again, another missed shot. Dallas has gone 3 of 7 from beyond the arc in the first. Here's Mr. Perfect. Really played well against Phoenix in his last game.
Just incredible. I mean, he's really making it rain out there, knocking them down one after another.
Kind of like he's in his living room right now. He's found a comfort zone. Once he gets that, the defense knows they're in trouble. Well, every coach should show players game tape of how he just boxed out right there. Great job with the footwork.
And so the first quarter is in the books. The Mavericks on top. They're up by 8. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for Dallas.
Well, in today's NBA, the three-point shot is so valuable. They realize this, and that's why they're continuing to drain as many as they can.
Let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
On the court right now for Dallas, Maxi Kleber out there with Christian Wood. Then it's Tim Hardaway. Then it's Luka Doncic. And it's Mr. Perfect in at the 2-guard.
Get his ass out of here.
Something you never like to see, but guys, he
get his ass on the better.
Yeah, that type of injury is always worrisome. Hopefully, he's okay.
Yeah, it reminds you of what's really important. Health, number one. Everything else comes after that.
Nikola Jokic. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
And so here is Denver. It's a 14-point game. It's Jokic, high post, over Wood. Jokic, no good.
The D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
And in 2022, more history made by Nikola Jokic, becoming the first player to amass 2,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 500 assists in a single season.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Nikola Jokic again has won the league MVP, but he's not one to beat his own chest. He said, quote, "I never think about it. I didn't come here to be the MVP of the league. I always think that somebody's better than me, and I want to compete to beat them. Just by that mentality alone, I'm the underdog every time." Brian?
Well, it's working for him, Allie. Thanks. And Nikola Jokic breaking barriers at the center position, Greg.
Oh, so true, B.A. That 2,000, 1,500 season, it never been done before. The Joker's ability to be a facilitator at the 5, almost a point center, we've never really seen that before.
Here's Caldwell-Pope. Right now contributing around 10.5 points a game. Murray passes to Bryant. Outside Porter. They need this. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
I just love the ball movement.
And that replay showed how sensational that drive truly was.
You're toasting the defense and getting in close. They'll take possessions like that one all day.
Pass to Caldwell-Pope. And again, Denver no good. The Mavericks on offense. Right now on a 14-0 run. A chance to get a quick injury report. And now let's check in with Allie LaForce to see how Aaron Gordon's doing.
Guys, I was able to talk with Denver's head athletic trainer about his status. He said there's a bit of weakness in the wrist area, but so far no sign of any broken bones. As we approach and enter the midway point of the season, interesting to see just how this impacts them in the standings.
Well, and Ali, it appears that he needs some work done before he comes back to this one.
And we all know that if it's something he can play through, he'll be back, no doubt.
And legacies are defined in the playoffs, game to game. What's the measure of greatness for a star player in your mind, Grant?
Well, B.A., I think it's all about consistency. The great ones in this league historically bring it every night. They may have a bad game here or there, but for the most part, the energy, the effort, and the consistency is always there.
2 minutes remaining.
Jokic finds Porter.
2 minutes.
And a miss there on the triple.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Here's Mr. Perfect. Good! Another from three.
He's been on the money from deep.
Definitely. Looking to shoot as much as possible. Denver has gone 0 for 3 from deep to begin the second. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. Shot clock at 6. Puts it up from 12. Doncic pulls down the board. And the Mavericks with possession here. They've only given up 2 points this quarter. In their last game, a win against the Suns. Looking to carry it into this one.
In that game, they were the enforcers, and they were also efficient. That's the kind of balance coaches look for.
Well, easy to be efficient on nights like that when everybody has things going. Let's see if they're still in the rhythm tonight. As a big, once you get position inside, it allows you to fight and come away with a lot of tough boards. Down the stretch, he's been flat out awesome. He helped them get the lead, and now he's making sure they keep it.
And the Nuggets shooting just 21% from the floor. Outside Murray. Over Doncic. Here's Jokic. And so far in this one, 2 for 4.
And how about Jokic just with a tremendous read? Where was that ball going to carry him off the rim? He was in the right position.
Connects again from distance. Ooh, you can tell he's feeling it right now.
B.A., he's on fire.
24 seconds left in the half. Outside Murray. There's 10 seconds left in the first half of this game. Clock at 6. Offensive rebound. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks.
With a score, your Nuggets 12, the Mavericks 49.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Caldwell Pope and Porter Jr. They're the 2 and the 3. Nikola Jokic is out there with Ignaji, and it's Murray in at the point guard position. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Now that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row. Applying some pressure with that full court defense.
Jokic against Wood. And it's Jokic missing.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. Mr. Perfect gets the bucket.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
The shake. Wood Wood grabs the board. Wood's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Mr. Perfect, defended by Murray. Mr. Perfect shot is off.
And after burying 3 straight shot opportunities.
And so Dallas takes this one by a big margin. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, BA. It was in enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brent Barry, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson.
Unbelievable game, MP. Playing your tail off.
It's time for you to plead your case. Now, I don't want you to take any questions.
There he is, boys. Face of the franchise.
How are you feeling? You have any
feel good.
questions before you go on?
No. I mean, first off, you're never happy when someone loses their job. I think we all can agree on that. But if you're in charge...
MP, you know and the world know I'm one of Shep's big...
You know, being a leader isn't just about one thing. You know, one day you might need to put your arm around a teammate. The next you might have to yell at him to get his head on straight, you know, kind of thing. So it's all about the person and the situation. You know, so far in my career, I haven't really had to yell at cats that much. But I will say this, if you keep poking, you know, that dragon gonna get let loose one day, and you're not gonna like it.
And speaking of killer instinct, the reason we originally asked you on the show was to talk about the legendary press conference you just gave.
Yo, I'm the kind of guy that doesn't usually like to put myself in a spot.
You certainly did, and now you'll be leading the city into the future.
Oh, that is awesome. What happened since Vegas apparently last 2 to 3 years. All of your friends, family play the game. What's it going to be like for them to see your exact representation in NBA 2K24?
I already know they're going to start making fun of me or something.
Really?
But,
Clowning you?
That's just how my family goes. You know, they're going to try to play me with the team I'm on and then beat me with me, which is kind of funny. So just being able to just now have that little connection is just amazing.
Me, I usually only use one player the whole game, and I try to abuse, so I might get Damian Lillard and just try to score 60 with him.
Giannis is too overpowered on 2K, by the way. It's just impossible to defend against him.
Okay, but what if you become the Giannis next year? Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say it's unfair, but I'm still going to use it.
Okay.
And a big issue for teams, Greg, this time of year, keeping players healthy for the long haul. Coaches, we're seeing, starting to adjust rotations, keeping an eye on guys' minutes.
And, Kevin, it's such a long season, and teams have to keep the key players fresh. It's not a strategy everyone loves, but it's a necessary concern in today's NBA.
Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. The talented pair of Middleton and Giannis in at forward. Holiday out there with Joe Ingles. And it's Lopez in at the 5, down low. Now, here's Antetokounmpo. That one goes in.
Boy, the overwhelming strength of Giannis just excels at fighting his way through the defense. Very impressive.
Here's Mr. Perfect. Buries the long-range jumper. Mr. Perfect's got 5.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's Holiday. His last outing, he had 18 points. Just 5 to shoot. Here he goes, and it's slammed in by Holiday.
Boy, he's like an eel. slipping into the paint. Drew Holiday glides past the other guys and gets himself right to the bucket.
And now in his 14th NBA season, just one All-Star appearance for Drew Holiday, but that belies his greatness as a player. That's a nice play, getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
And you look at him, he's given up an awful lot of size in that matchup, so he needs to have the ability to create separation.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
You know, Greg, you can make the case Drew Holiday is the prototypical two-way guard.
You know, and defense can sometimes go overlooked. Just one All-Star game, but Drew's impact perhaps greater than some other players with multiple All-Star seasons.
And here is Ingles, following the three from Mr. Perfect. Great look, but off the mark.
Tell you what, guys, you don't see that often. I mean, when he's this open, usually it's lights out.
Hits it from three-point range.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
For Milwaukee, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far. And the basket by Ingles.
Improving as a playmaker, Giannis knows this is the next step in him becoming an even greater player.
Mr. Perfect, the shot's good on the assist by Doncic. Doncic has got 4 assists in the game.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Now here's Middleton. Last game he had 13.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
I had a chance to catch up with Mike Budenholzer. This is their second meeting with this team. The first one didn't go as well as they liked, so this time around, they're going to try to close the lane off, push drivers and slashers as far away from the basket as possible. See how that goes, Kevin.
All right, David, thanks. And here's Holiday after the three-pointer from Mr. Perfect. Shot clock at 5. From deep, Ingles. JaVale McGee grabs the miss.
A bit of pride at stake, trying to get that last 3-ball back, but couldn't get it to fall.
And Clark, don't you have to admire the way the Mavericks are always looking to compete?
Yeah, I like that, Kevin. It's a good point by you. It starts at the top of the organization. I mean, the team has really avoided any kind of lengthy rebuild. To their credit, they want to win, and this team is definitely capable of doing that.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game. Last time they met was in Milwaukee.
And their last time against this club, they really fell short at the free throw line.
Yeah, and that was the difference, really. I mean, you think about it, they didn't knock them down at the same rate, and that hurt them.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Dwight Powell's checked in for JaVale McGee. Christian Wood comes in for Davis Bertans. Tim Hardaway Jr.'s checked in for Josh Green. And it's Hardy in for Doncic. Now here is Carter. They grabbed their own miss. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Mavericks.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
But how about their scoring in transition as well? That's been a big factor to this point. Are those high tops or track shoes these guys are wearing? My goodness.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
You know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there.
Now here is Carter. Pass to Connaughton. 14 feet away, and the shot's good from Crowder.
And, you know, he's going to take that shot every time. The defense has to respect him from the mid-range.
Here's Mr. Perfect. Another 3 for Dallas.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
That's 3 in a row from out there now, so they've got to do a better job contesting.
Passes it to Connaughton. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock.
Mavericks foul. Number 8. First personal foul.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Yeah, he's averaging 80% from the line, and he has been as steady as they come at the stripe.
Guys, he's slightly fallen off his pace from a year ago at the line, and those points from the stripe have been a little harder to come by.
Dallas leading by 18. Here's Mr. Perfect. Good! Another from 3. buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
We've got 13 seconds left in the first. Allen passes to Carter. Here's Portis. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Here's Mr. Perfect. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Substitution. Some changes. Dwight Powell's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Josh Green. And it's Mr. Perfect in for Hardy. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. Crowder comes in for Chris Middleton. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Allen. And it's Carter in for Drew Holiday. So with Holiday sitting on the bench, this is Mike Budenholzer's lineup. For 4 and 5, Giannis and Portis. Pat Connaughton is out there with Carter. And it's Crowder in at the 3. He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here. And something that's been on the uptick in the NBA is free throw shooting. League-wide, Clark, teams are having more success from the stripe than ever before.
The 2020s are on pace, Kevin, to be the best free throw shooting decade in the history of the game, with skilled players now favored relative to the old school bangers. I mean, everybody pretty much has to be able to knock down shots to be effective as a player in today's game. So the free throw shooting percentage is going up. Not much of a surprise to me.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Mr. Perfect in the last outing against the Nuggets delivered quite a performance. He had 56 points, and he got those points as he always does, knocking down shots from beyond the arc. A very solid stat line for him in what was a terrific outing. And you know he wants to keep the momentum going, Kevin.
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
Yeah, you know, every night's different. They may try to double him, might force him to adjust, or force him to make plays with the pass instead. We'll see.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Antetokounmpo finds Connaughton. Outside Crowder. Back to Connaughton. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
They're having trouble stopping this run.
And the more trips they continue to come up empty, the more the pressure builds on them.
Wood against Giannis. Lays it up off the glass. Antetokounmpo's got 7 points for the quarter.
Boy, in his relatively short career, Giannis has figured out just about every way to get the ball in the basket, even with the guy draped all over him. And he can take over in a nanosecond. I mean, once he catches fire, it's difficult to squelch it.
And so it's Dallas, leading by a full. Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. We're seeing a tremendous game from Mr. Perfect.
What a welcome surprise that first half. Went above and beyond his usual scoring output.
Well, you know what? They've given him an increased role tonight, and he's taken full advantage of it.
Green is out there with Davis Bertans. Then there's Hardy. Then it's Mr. Perfect. And it's McGee in at center. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
It's all about the ability to get 2 feet in the paint, whether it's creating for a teammate or for yourself.
And Antetokounmpo is so long. I mean, he stretches forever, covers a ton of ground.
Here's Mr. Perfect. And good! There's another. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
And it's Milwaukee's ball. They can look forward to the Rockets Arena after this matchup to take on Houston. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. The Bucks working the ball around. Knocks it loose. And here's the break. The tray. And another one falls. Amazing.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for the Bucks.
You know, when you think about the all-time greats in Milwaukee Bucks history, I mean, two names come right to mind at the top of the list. Lou Alcindor, also known now as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek Freak.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
You know, throughout this quarter, guys, they've had no answer for him defensively. And he's been absolutely relentless.
Clark, both Kareem and Giannis Antetokounmpo are greats in their own unique respective right, aren't they?
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. I mean, forces of nature, both of those guys. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with the iconic and unmatched skyhook, which was a lethal weapon. And then Giannis Antetokounmpo. I mean, you think about his athleticism, his speed, his ball handling skills. At 7 feet tall is something we've not quite seen. Both of those guys had similar impact in their uniqueness and their championship caliber mindset.
And there's the call on Mr. Perfect. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Mavericks with some changes. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for JaVale McGee. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Hardy. The Bucks also with the sub. Grayson Allen's checked in for Joe Ingles. Here's Holiday. Lopez kicks to Holiday. Nobody near Allen. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
I tell you what, he clearly is one of the best players in the league who does not get the same kind of gas that other guys do. But there's no better all-around guard in the NBA than Jrue Holiday.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Antetokounmpo against Bertans. Rocket 6. The Bucks need to get a shot off here. Middleton can't get it to go. Here's Dallas. They're on a 17-5 run.
And like so many stars from afar, Maxi Kleber won his share of awards back home.
Yeah, found a lot of success playing in Germany. NBA scouts watch foreign leagues very closely to find guys just like Maxi.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thanks very much. The reviews have been good for the league's moves to eliminate foul calls on non-basketball moves. The NBA said it wanted the game to be played, not manipulated. Draymond Green says it helps to know that you'll have more of a fair opportunity as a defender. Guys can't just cheat the system. Kevin?
That's great to see, David. Thank you.
During the summer of 2021, the Mavericks had some major changes. Longtime head coach Rick Carlisle left after 13 years in Dallas, and they also got a new GM.
The first free throw is good. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Wood, he's checked in for Maxi Kleber. Reggie Bullock comes in for Davis Bertans. And Hardaway is subbed in for Green. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Bobby Portis is checked in for Lopez. Crowder comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Pat Connaughton, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Carter in for Jrue Holiday. Both shots good from the stripe. And here is Allen. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Back to Carter. Allen passes to Portis. On the mark with the 15-footer.
And I like the decision-making. He's taking what the defense is willing to give him.
You know, more and more big guys in the league have that mid-range shot in their bag now, and they need it.
Doncic with the bucket.
You know, in this day and age, you expect most players to drive it or shoot the three. Luka utilizing the 15 to 20-foot range here. Good idea.
Carter, the pass to Connaughton. Back to Carter. Bucks passing it around. Allen right side, just 5 to shoot. And the wide open shot from Crowder, and it's off from three-point range. Doncic passes to Mr. Perfect. Jacks up a three. That shot no good. And so it's Dallas with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Head coach Mike Budenholzer is mic'd up along the sideline.
Just keep grinding. Keep getting stuff. The offense will come. See if we...
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the... So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is
This ends the live, y'all. I just gave y'all a 3-hour video. I didn't even know it.